Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about lifetime allowance abolition and also the pension changes which came in the Autumn Statement 2023. As always, guys, the very best thing you can do to help the channel is to like and subscribe below. We're really trying to level everything up this year here at Cameron James, and subscribing below is genuinely the best thing you can do to help me to let YouTube know that we're doing good content and to share it with more people on their algorithm. Okay, so straight into lifetime allowance abolition. So this has basically come about where the government are trying to kind of say that one of the reasons they gave was to keep doctors in the industry. People who've gone over their lifetime allowance or the standard lifetime allowance of 1.073 million, I should now say former lifetime allowance, refer to it as standard. So what that means is, before that, everything over 1.073 million would be taxed at a higher rate of tax, either 25% on income or 55% on lump sum drawdowns. Now, in reality, I never ever saw one client pay 55% as a lump sum drawdown. People always took it as income, which was not a lump sum. So anyway, this is to help people have larger pension pots and not be taxed by the government. Now, call me cynical. I don't think this legislation is just there for doctors. If they really wanted to keep doctors in the NHS for a longer period of time, they could go and do something specific with the doctors, with the NHS. They could pay them more, they could do whatever. They're doing this across the whole of the pension system. Now, let's remind ourselves of the revolving door of politics. How many people in large institutions in the UK have also worked in the government or advised the government at some time? So my own personal opinion is that a lot of this legislation has been put in place to benefit a lot of wealthy people with very large pension pots and not just doctors. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. So what this means for you, if you have a pension pot which is approaching 1.073 million, or say you have a pension pot right now, or cumulative pension pots of 1.5 million, you will now no longer have lifetime allowance tax applied to your pension pot. From April 2023, it's been a zero rate, and it's been officially it's going to be officially abolished in April 2024. So that kind of covers off lifetime allowance. There's also a couple of other videos on my channel where you can have a look at to go into that in a bit more detail. The other thing that I want to cover off here is the Autumn Statement 2023 pension changes. Now, if you scroll down on my screen, you'll see there's three main outcomes the UK government is trying to have. One, to secure the best possible outcome for pension savers. Two, to prioritise a strong and diversified gilt market. And three, to strengthen the UK's competitive position as a leading financial centre. Okay, so I'll let you read through all of these in detail on the UK government website. However, it's a little bit contradictory, in my opinion, some of the stuff which is being said here. And then at the same time, if we fast forward, that was obviously in November. If we then fast forward about a month on from that, we have the new government plans set to unveil a new pension investment vehicle, which is effectively trying to get more of people's pension pot money invested into UK small, high growth companies. So we have to ask ourselves, that sounds fantastic, but the UK makes up 4% of the global stock market. So what the government is effectively asking you, or trying to persuade pension firms to do, is to get more of UK pension money into small UK companies. Okay, sounds great on the side of it, but if it was that easy, and it was so fantastic to easily make all this money in high growth UK companies, I mean, there's many funds out there that already do that, but the UK makes up 4% of the global stock market. So in my opinion, from a financial advice perspective, this is asking you to undiversify your portfolio. Make it more reliant on UK small companies than the rest of the world, which for me just seems a little bit peculiar. And you have to ask yourself, who is this benefiting? Is it benefiting UK pension savers, or is it benefiting the UK government, or is it benefiting UK companies? I can't answer that question. You'll have to make that decision yourself. But really important, when we see things like legislation change, and when we read words about like improving things for pension savers, I can honestly say that I don't often see legislation which improves things for pension savers. Protect people against scams and being taken advantage of, yes. The new consumer duty coming in, which is guidance, not legislation, to reduce costs and have more transparency, yes, great. RDR introduced in 2012, yes, great, ruling out commissions in the UK. However, other bits and pieces like this, you kind of have to do a bit more of a deeper research. Now, there's actually a video on the channel already talking about over diversification with my colleague Jonathan, but here at Cameron James, I believe you should be holding the world in terms of your investments. The amount of clients that will come through to us will look at their initial portfolio of their 4 or 5 DC funds in the UK. they are so overweight the UK in comparison to the global stock market. As I said, the UK makes up roughly 4% of the global stock market. Most people are massively underweight in America, which makes up towards 60-70% of the global stock market, depending upon the time and the valuation of the companies. This obviously fluctuates. So it's really important to understand, maybe you're very patriotic and you want to get behind the UK and you want to invest in UK companies, but you can already do that. There are numerous funds available online, which are in UK small cap firms. So yeah, legislation change normally can be good, but also you have to read the small print and actually think, how does this affect you as a pension saver? Do you want to put more of your eggs in the UK basket? Now, if you go and have a look at the FTSE 100, let's have a quick little check over the course of time. If we have a look at the max return, now you can see even over a 5-year period, the FTSE hasn't really gone much anywhere. So on the 8th of March 2019, the FTSE was worth 7,104. As we fast forward to today, 23rd of February 2024, it's worth 7,706. So there has been an uplift there, but it's around 10% over a period of 5 years. That's a circa 2% growth rate. Now, these figures might change depending upon what day you're reading this video. You have to do your own analysis online, but a 2% return on the UK, well, the FTSE 100 over that period is not particularly staggering. Now, obviously, you would argue, yeah, but the FTSE 100 is the top 100 companies in the UK, so it's not these smaller companies which the government are talking about trying to encourage people to get their money invested into. But if you compare that, say, to America, and if you compare it to the S&P 500, or you compare it to small stocks in America, how much the growth has outstripped the UK. Now, don't not say Cameron James think everyone should invest their money in America. Certainly not. But I believe in a buy the world strategy. As in, you don't eradicate different parts of the market. Say, oh, I'm not going to invest in the UK. I'm not going to invest in America. I'm not going to invest in emerging markets. No, you buy the world as it is. Keep it simple. Passively managed portfolios or passively index tracking funds, which obviously have to be actively managed in terms of what geographical split, etc. You wish to invest in. So if you have any questions about this, guys, feel free to get in touch below. As I said, I'll let you read through yourself in detail the autumn pension announcement reforms for you to get a clear idea of how they might affect your pension pot. If you have any questions about it though, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, you can book yourself a free initial consultation with myself or one of our senior financial advisors to learn more about your situation and how we can potentially help.